Peace, peace, collective. Roz Goldilocks here. I pray you all are well. I gotta get my little oil going, okay? So, we are doing a 2-in-1 plus reading for the Divine Feminines only. My readings are for clarity, confirmation, okay? Receiver resonates. Thank you. Also, y'all, little housekeeping. We are doing a raffle. So if you're interested in winning this Oracle deck, then go ahead and put peace as a comment and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so okay, my Divine Feminines. If your man ain't here yet, he's on the way. He is on the way. And I gotta whisper because people be anyway. So what told me I needed to do this reading is before I started, I heard comedic Lotus Child. And I'm thinking, comedic Lotus Child. And I said I was going to look it up. Like just as some buzzwords. Because that also just sounds very spiritual. But immediately I also started getting, there's some serious sexual energy, tantric energy with you and this partner coming in. Please hold. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, some kind of sexual energy between you and the person. And I said I was going to look it up, what a comedic Lotus Child would be. Oh, wow. Okay, I love this. It says, a Lotus Child represents the newborn sun god emerging from a lotus blossom at the dawn of creation. This iconic image symbolizes rebirth, eternal renewal, and the emergence of light from the primordial waters of chaos. Ooh. Excuse me. Thank you, body. Okay. So I can go into all kinds of stuff that's coming up here, but I do want to focus more on the fact that what this also brought to me was you and this person are going to be creating some kind of family together. They definitely really want to have a family with you, and it's going to feel light, like the sun. I'm seeing all shades of kids. 1, 2, 3 on my timer. All shades of kids that you all are able to have. And it's like you're going to be gifted each one from God, from the sun. Ah, I love that. Okay. And another thing here is like, this energy doesn't always have to be super frisky and risque between you two. The magic is there, and to have tantric intimacy or comedic tantric intimacy, you have to also have some kind of grounding and foundation with the person in order to maintain that level of trust. There's so many different positions that's open portal wise, because a woman looks like this, right? Genitalia looks like this. There's a portal that opens like that. And so you have to remember that when you two come together, and I am speaking to those, in divine heterosexual relationships, there is a certain kind of magic that comes together Okay, when I say magic, I'm talking about magic with a K, 305 on the timer. You have to put into perspective when you are engaging in such rich passions like that. Okay, because it becomes definitely an energy exchange. I also heard when you do this with the person for the first time, this level of energy exchange, no candles, nothing like that. Just let it be y'all's two magic only and the Lord. Whoever y'all the Lord is, okay? Let's get into the tarot about this. I don't know if this is going to turn into being a little like more frisky, because I always think like, oh yeah, we're going to keep it cute, spirit, and then spirit be like, wow, look at this. Wow. The divine source, Nautilus, the sun, rose quartz. Maybe one thing y'all do need to have around when you try this for the first time is some rose quartz. That may be the stone that's so helpful to maintaining a level of balance during that energetic exchange. Eight of Ankh, Crown, Conch, and Amethyst. Okay, that may be another stone that y'all are considering. And to be honest with you, you may also, I'm getting Divine Feminine, you may also want to sit with these stones beforehand with your person, 4 for 4 on the timer and alone, to determine, is this something that you both want to start to engage in, because you recognize the depth of that level of exchange. Y'all, I am seeing all kind of stuff like divine. I don't want to say this stuff out loud, because that is, okay. So there are puddles, is what I'll say. 7 of Ankh, Lapis Lazuli, Vasum, and the third eye. Look, and I'm talking about, I don't want to say this. That's what I was saying. And y'all could use your third eye to get to how y'all get to the puddles. Okay. Bottom of the deck, King of Scarab, Pisces, Dreams, the Moon, and Neptune. You know, I think the biggest thing about this is making sure that you're not falling into the fears around sexual behavior. You know, if you have not been one to recognize what you like for yourself, you are not able to share that with someone else. So go ahead and learn to do that first, especially if you're single or even if you're in a relationship. You know, it is okay to tell your partner, hey, let's take a break from this so I can figure out what I like for me again. And then I can teach you. Take like 2 weeks, you know, and do what you feel called to, and not otherwise. It doesn't have to be a thing that we are afraid of, but I think in society we are often taught to be afraid of this. 3 of Ankh, Sacral Chakra, Lion's Paw, and Peach Moonstone. When you do this alone, Peach Moonstone may be great for you. Yeah, we're definitely in the pocket here, collective, for sure. For sure. 6:52 on the timer, and then 6:54. Oh, whoa. That card went under the desk and everything. Hold on. 8 of Scarab. Venus, Partnership, Justice, and Libra. Yeah. So also making sure, like I said, you can come back together to talk to your partner about these things. And so that they have time to then practice those things with you and alone for themselves. While also, there's also going to be something more to know of, like, once you unlock one piece for yourself, your partner is going to help you unlock the other pieces for yourself. The person that I'm talking to, trigger warning, has had some serious sexual harm history. However, you've maintained a level of freedom in sex. And so, which is great. I'm very, very happy to feel and hear that for you, because when we experience things like this, it puts us in the position to hold guard, you know, and rightfully so. And so peace be with you to, to start. How about there? Also, this person that you're going to be encountering or that you're with, that you trust holistically with your mind, body, and spirit, is someone that you can actually see in the mind's eye. I'm hearing you are someone that has not been able to actually see partners' faces, or like you get to you just haven't been able to see partners' faces clearly in the mind's eye when you're picturing the two of you together. And to be frank, you haven't been able to see your own face either, but that was the trauma creating some blockages. Yeah, I think we just should be done there. How about that? All right, collective. That was the reading. I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.